So welcome, my name is Eladio Chavez, and welcome to Sketchbook Heroes. Rap to Draw is what we use to help you improve your drawing. And this is the first class in our 8-week session. So we're going to be focusing on, just go over this really quick, the why. I will have a video here. I think this is probably going to be the hardest video because this is like the one that we don't really go into the drawing. It's really the biggest barrier is ourselves. And I really help break down drawings and what you see to help you improve your drawing. But sometimes the biggest barrier is ourselves, and it's like, oh, I can't draw, or I can't get this. And it's just, practicing that little extra step until you get it. And I've broken down drawing anything you see. So you can draw anything you see using ratios, angles, and proportions. And the more you understand those, the better you get, especially drawing faces. Faces is the biggest challenge. So we start with why. And if we click on this on our website, all you need is one strong why. And I think drawing is a fun, challenging activity. It's sometimes it's challenging, and that makes it even funner, I think. If it's too easy, you can get bored. If it's too hard, you can also get stressed out, but you can find that right challenge. And I think rap helps break that down. You should know your why. There's a bunch of them here. You can read them on your own. And eventually we're gonna just kind of really quickly go through this one today. But you should have some kind of commitment, even if it's just coming to class once a week. And at the end of the 8 weeks, you should see improvement. You should see progress, because it's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about improving, taking those little extra steps. The more you practice, the better the more you practice, the more you progress. That's what I've been saying. Okay, so it's just your level of commitment. Are you in it for the long game or the short game? So sometimes that's something to think about. But you want to enjoy the process, enjoy the line, and just doing it. So I'm here to help. We're here to break it down. We will be doing rap and showing you the journey, materials and pencils. All right, so our first drawing is a pre-instruction drawing. You can choose if you've drawn this before. This is from our page. This is first drawing, pre-instruction drawing. If you click on that, that'll take you to this Google Doc. Where there's a little bit more on drawing. There's two kinds of drawing: creative drawing and observational drawing. We really focus on observational drawing to help you improve your creative drawing. And they both go hand in hand, kind of like reading and writing. The more you do one, the more it helps the other. So that's that. There's a lot of little links you can go on. You really want to immerse yourself in as much as you can, but really focus on the lessons. And the lesson today is just have fun, really just have fun. So we're going to be doing our pre-instruction, our 8-week pre-instruction. So we're going to have 40 till 7:45, until 7:45. You can draw mountains, trees, people, buildings, and animals in a scene. There won't be really anything. I will draw. I will probably talk. I feel like talking today. I think maybe I will. I don't know. If you want to turn me down, you can. You don't have to listen to me today. But just the thing is to really listen to yourself. Really listen to just drawing. You can copy. So look for pictures if you'd like to. Copy. Copying is good. And just today's really not really too much instruction. If you want to focus on cartoons or drawing hands, you can do that too. Figure drawing, portraits, still life, plants, animals, architecture, textiles, and if anything else that I might have missed. If there's anything else, we can cover these. And next week, I guess we'll be doing still lifes and plants. All right, and I'll be drawing a bonsai tree right now, and I'll talk that through. And I think I might have a scene in my head. We'll see. I'll throw some characters in, because the ultimate reason is to kind of tell a story, to communicate. You want to communicate something. So, or even grab ideas. That's another reason to learn to draw, because you want to capture ideas and then develop them, because ideas will come and go. ideas will come and go. And if you don't capture them, if you don't put them down on paper, they kind of like, wow, you know, they get lost. So drawings are like that. Drawing will help you capture ideas. And I've actually had quite a few. So let's see. Commitment. All right, that's it. Hero's journey. That's a good one. Well, we'll stop at that today. All right, so have your paper, get ready. Again, you will have till 7:45, so that's 40 minutes. That's a good 40 minutes. We can go to at 7:45. We'll stop and we'll have people share if you want to share, or we'll go till we'll go till 8 on drawing. Let me get a fresh sheet of paper, and I'm going to go ahead and draw. I don't know if you want music or anything, so feel free to draw.
Eladio?
Yes.
Hey, Eladio?
Hi, Maria.
Oh,
Sorry.
Eladio? Oh.
Oh, good. One at a time. Raise your hand. I don't know. Who? Yes.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I couldn't get in until now. What did I miss anything?
No, just the first I talked about. I actually recorded it, so it'll be up this time.
Okay. Okay.
It will be up. So I'll put it up. I'll put it up. It's just the first day. So we're doing a pre-instruction drawing. So on our website, you click there. It takes you to our here. This is our first pre-instruction drawing. Draw whatever you'd like. There's no. I'll draw something up here, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna go till 7:45. So if you've already started, that's great. You can turn me down at 7:45. We'll start sharing. And I'm going to draw a bonsai tree and who knows what else, whatever comes into my imagination.
So we're not drawing anything specifically?
No, we're not drawing anything specifically today. Today's the first day. Today's the first day just to draw and kind of.
Okay. So you're going back today to like the first week.
Right.
Okay.
Right. We're out. Yes, that's where we're at. So that's what I will be doing. I'm going to look for a picture of a bonsai. So I'm going to stop sharing and work here. I'm going to be doing a scene with a bonsai tree. Actually, and this is a good way to start too. Just think about your layout. Think about where everything's going to go. I'm going to do a bonsai tree probably there. I want to do a character, really big character here. I don't know who I'm going to do. I'm going to look for a person. And then a little bit of a street. Actually, I'm thinking of perspective wise, maybe go that way. With perspective, a sidewalk, buildings, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. So that's kind of my basic layout, just thinking about how I want things to kind of go. So there's my idea. And then I'm just going to go with it. So yeah, this is it. So whatever your idea is, you can draw. If you'd like to copy, that's fine. If you want to turn me down, that's fine also. Today's just to draw. Just to have fun and draw. So I'm going to look for a picture of a bonsai tree and talk that through because somebody asked about that. So when you are drawing, you want to see the big stuff first, big shapes, bonsai tree. There we go. Oh yeah, here we go. The big shapes. Let me see. Let's go with this one. This one. I can put well, I can put the link in the chat if somebody wants to see it. There we go. I think that's it. Well, yeah, there it is. 400-year-old bonsai tree worth 120,000 stolen. So that's what's going to go right here. So I already knew that the bonsai tree is going to be like a circular shape here.
I think they found it.
They found it? Did they?
Yeah. No, it was maybe different one. It was stolen last year. And they brought it back.
Oh yeah, February 2019.
Yeah.
400 years old. Yeah, it takes quite a while to make these.
Could we see the picture of it?
I put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm seeing this one big part here, and it kind of comes down like a triangle here on this side. Then the same thing on this other side. I see this other big shape. And then underneath, there's this shape and this shape. And that's it. That's basically when you're drawing shapes. Then you want to practice drawing these shapes, and getting the shapes right is important, especially when you're drawing faces, because if they're off, then you can't tell who the person is. If things change, but you know, that's why plants are safe and other things are safe, because they don't have to be as accurate, but it helps with the practice. All right, so here we go. I think that's pretty good. These are the big shapes. Now I can go in here and my understanding of form too, and some of the detail, I can get the feel of it. Just I'm starting with the foreground, just to start with the foreground. And get creative, draw whatever you'd like. Good artist copy, great artist steal. Picasso said that. Adding that texture. I'm just like a little squiggle texture for the leaves. But I'm also understanding the form. I've studied form, so I'm just adding that form, making it darker on and lighter on the top. So we'll be drawing till 7:45 or longer. I shall stop at 7:45. The whole dark area in here in between, dark shape. Feel free to throw something in the chat too, if you'd like. Just like a stream of consciousness right now, just putting all these little leaves. So many. 400-year-old tree. Wow. It's more than 4 lifetimes. This tree almost got to see the Renaissance, which was 500 years ago. Let's see. The tree has dark and light areas, basically cylinder forms. Just capturing the texture, lights and darks. Trying to give it a little more form than is there. This is why it's important to study form when we get there, week 3. The mark. Oh, this whole thing is in shade. So I'd put this whole part of this tree leaves in shade. So it's also going to go dark, area of darkness. Right in there. The fireworks have started. Welcome. We made it to July. It's great to see those hardcore heroes still coming. That's commitment. Because it's easy. Once you run across a problem, it's like, oh man, I can't get this. And people give up or quit. Thing is to overcome those humps. Because once then you overcome them, you're like, wow, why did I struggle with that? I don't understand why. Sometimes you're like, you don't even, the little barriers that stop people. And sometimes you don't feel like it. I know, like last week I wasn't feeling it, but I go, okay, we got to do it anyways. I don't know, my energy was down last week. But but it ended good, I think, and I didn't record it. I should have recorded last week. We had some people draw some really great Frida Kahlo's. The interesting thing about a bonsai tree is how it twists and how it curves. That's really fun to draw, like getting the curves in there. Just two different kinds of wood, I think. The shape, the form. I don't know if I'm going to tell a story with my drawing. You want to tell a story. Maybe my character will. Ah, the thief, the thief who stole the bonsai tree. Can we add a twist? Don't know. Twist like the tree twist. As far as materials, I know we have some new people. Anything is, and you can use anything. I strongly suggest pens, markers. You want to practice with those at first, at least the first 8 weeks, because that forces you not to erase. You want to practice your drawing, not your erasing. And that's why I actually also do not suggest you shade. You want to practice trying to capture what you see as far as shape and form, at least for a couple weeks, at least for 8 weeks. And then afterwards, focus on shading. We can focus on shading. We have done that and other things. You focus on it till you get it. And because it's hard for your brain to focus on more than one thing at a time. Just even listening to me, it might be a challenge. There we go. I think I might add a little. All right, it's on the sidewalk. So animals, people. Ooh, animals. What kind of animal should we draw here? Something on the sidewalk. Oh, I wanted to draw a cat. There's a mural I'm working on.
I was just going to ask you that.
Yeah,
If you can draw a cat.
And it's a lot of round circles. There we go, just a circle. And animals are a really good way to, before drawing people. Because, if you're off with the animals, nobody knows, but you're still studying structure, you're studying a lot of things. And that's why actually animation, the computer animation specifically, they start off with toys and start off with animals like, Madagascar and all those other things. Because if those were off, you wouldn't be able to tell. But once they start drawing people, you get to this uncanny, it's like, oh, wait a minute, something's wrong. It's like Polar Express. Polar Express, they really tried to do that. Tom Hanks gave a great performance, but there was something uncanny. But they're getting better. Oh, some of the stuff I've seen just recently is amazing. Give it some. I'm just drawing this from memory. I think I made it a little too much like a person. No, I can do a rendering, but I'm just drawing for fun. It depends on what you're focusing on. Silly cat. Patience, persistence, practice, relaxing. Drawing form. Let's see, I'm gonna look for a picture of a person, maybe a bank robber. Let's see. Space, background. Let's see. Here's a character. I'll draw this character. He's got an expression on his face. I type in robber. He's got this mask on. Surprise eyes.
Eladio?
Yes.
Is that someone you know, or is that just somebody you made up?
It's a picture I found. I typed in robber and I liked his expression. So yeah, and then I cat. So I put a cat burglar here too. So I made the cat into like a cat burglar
That's so cute.
just to go with the story. So I ended up with my little bit of a twist. Now I would probably take this idea and then start rearranging it a little bit more to really emphasize this a little bit more. I would probably change the composition. But it started off like this with the idea, and then from there, I would rearrange it a little bit. But I'm just gonna go with it for now, just for fun. Yeah, I would put the tree a little bit more in emphasis, more of a triangular composition, upside down triangular composition. And that
So the
comes,
cat stole it, or the guy stole it?
yeah, I think Editor, that's a good question. It's about the story. Maybe the cat took it and took it from the robber. The cat burger. I really like the stripes here though. The way sometimes drawing lines and then the way the lines curve around. It's a really good exercise. I had students do this actually. You just you just trace your hand like this. And then from here, and actually you want to trace it lighter. I kind of traced it dark, but then you just do horizontal lines all the way across, straighter than that. But as you hit, as you hit the finger, then you curve. So here you curve, here you curve and straight. Do this, curve, and then straight, curve, straight, curve, straight. And it's a really good way to start seeing space and how curves and let's see that coming in. It's a really good beginning exercise just for fun. And shade these in as it curves around the fingers. And if you did did the hand drawing light, then it would give you more of an optical illusion.
So Ladia, to clarify, the shadows right there, that would be the darker ones. That's where actually the light would be, right?
Like around the fingers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Depends on where your light source is. I am kind of putting a little bit of a light source from the top right
Yeah.
to the left. So yeah, you have a shadow on this side. And I'm doing that to get rid of some of the lines, because if you would have done these lines really lightly, it really, really does a good job of like an optical illusion on this little project, because just the line curves. And this is actually also another project too, contour drawing, really seeing the contours and how things curve in space. Yeah, a little bit of shadow adds to the form. Done. All right. Yeah, right on time, 7:45. Yeah. And that's the thing, like this is simple, but you got to celebrate where you're at. Know where you're at, know where your comfort zone is. If it's tracing your hand, that's what it is. And then yeah.
Yes.
And then knowing where your barriers are, knowing where the wall is, and then celebrating every time you break that wall. It's like, wow, I did it. I did this. I thought I couldn't. And that actually motivates you to break that wall again and get to that next step. That's where rap is going to really, starting next week, we're going to start with ratios, and you'll have the ratio test next week. Dun, dun, dun. And if you don't pass, it's okay. You'll have more chances to practice and work at it. And that's the thing, with school that really stops creativity is that, you have a test. Oh, you see, I can't draw, and that's it. It's over. But it's not final like that. You can keep at it till you get it. It doesn't matter how long it takes. What's important is that you get it. But school tries to mass produce students like in a factory. And the students get lost in that system. Some more stripes on that. All right, so somebody, if you raise your hand, I'll spotlight you if you want to share. I've been spotlighting myself. I think, am I spotlighting myself? All right. 5. Or you can continue drawing. I am looking at a building too, at a building, picture of a building, to get some of this detail in the background. I did a search for storefronts. Yeah, this composition. It's just the idea. I would change this around to get a better composition. When you start thinking about composition, you want to start thinking about how things flow, how things move, getting your viewer, what are you trying to say, all those things. But that's more advanced. But if you're there, you're there. Hey, I'm trying to say this. How do I do this? How do I do that? And that's where learning really starts, where you're curious and you're like, how does that work? What is this? What are the parts? What are the whole? How do they relate to each other?
Do you want us to raise our little hands on
Sure,
little?
if you want to show yours first, or if you'd like
I don't
to.
want to go first, but whoever wants to go first, they can go.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't mind sharing, but I'm finishing up on a little shading.
That's
Then I'll
fine.
share my bonsai tree. I'm
Yeah,
almost done.
I kind of just doodled, like
that's fine.
today's not I'm really exhausted.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
can I share mine?
Sure.
All right, let's see. Please don't laugh.
No.
All right.
Let me see. Hold on. You have to. Okay. Hey, Tommy, good to see you. All right, Henriette, hold on just a second.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it now. There you go.
All
I see
right.
your farm. Really nice.
Thank you.
Well, why would you think I'd laugh?
Just saying.
Well, I
It
know
looks good.
it does. It does. And you're capturing one of the forms, which is a cylinder. So you know that's great. The cylinder.
The cylinder? Are you talking to me?
Yes, yes, a cylinder. So a cylinder is one of the basic forms. Once you understand it too, is shading too. Your shading is really dark on the sides, and that helps. Same thing with the hand, helps kind of like give that curveness. If you understand where how light hits that cylinder, you can actually even change your core shadow and make it pop. There's different ways of shading it. Yeah, like with the core shadow, and because you're already starting to get into shading a little bit. That's just something on shading. Really don't focus on shading. I focus on drawing first, but it's good to do a little bit of and understand it. See, because like this little bit of highlight in this side and bringing the core shadow in sometimes makes it pop, especially if I have a dark background like this. And then, but you're you're fine. You're good. But that's a cylinder. Anybody else would like to share?
I'll share my weird stuff.
All right, cool. Your what? Hold on. I just lost you.
My weird stuff.
Your weird stuff. Hold on. There we go. All right, there you go. It
You
looks
got
surreal.
cat. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I like the big eyes. They're looming.
Yeah. I got a little mouse too on the other side.
What would make that really pop is if you know, if it kind of like you know, because what you did is these eyes kind of here, if you kind of shaded like here's your bonsai tree,
Yeah.
and if you shaded all that area behind it, it would really make it pop.
Okay.
It would
Yeah.
really pop. And just to start adding shading and stuff, because that's what this kind of like is
I
about.
just did it for like doodle stuff.
That's what it is. It's
But I
doodle.
like the fact that it's looking at them. So
No, I like that you just put the eyes like in the background. Boom, they're looming there, just like looking at the bonsai tree. I'm gonna take it. Yeah, those eyes. Like, great. Thank you for sharing. Let's go with Yelena. Let's see.
Oh,
I think you're next. There you go. Wow, he's taking it. Yeah, it's cute. 400. The form, the detail. I really would like you to kind of close up on that tree. That your tree is amazing. You really sculptured it. Get closer to your tree. Put it closer. I want to see. My tree is flat. My tree is flat as compared to yours. Oh, look at that. Look at I wish I could the way you have it curving is really, really nice and shaded. It's really solid. Very nice.
what is he saying on the top of his head? Is that like
Oh, yeah. What's on his head?
what's on his head? It's blurry. You're
dollars.
oh,
You need to tell.
Very nice. All right, Sue, we're gonna go with Sue. Let's take a look. What you got?
Hi. Let me
Hello.
Wow.
see what I did. I had a done had a hand first, then I my glasses on the table. Then I found there's a pencil.
Very
And
nice.
I got a, this is actually a pear. I don't think I look like the pear, but
Oh yeah, might have gotten a little flat, but your other stuff's really good. Really
Very
good.
beautiful.
That's yeah, Yelenis is very good.
no thanks.
Yeah, very good. Excellent.
Oh,
I love your pen. The pen looks really good.
oh, yeah, that's. I think I'm happy most is the pen.
Uh, Andrelyn, let's go with Andrelyn next. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
So I did more like a portrait of the bonsai tree, and I put it like on the windowsill. Let me see if you can see it. Oh, it's again. Hold on. Let me get my background again.
You
Sorry
can see
about that.
background.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay.
All right.
All right. So I took that off. Let's see if you can see it.
Yeah, I see it. I
Okay.
see
Wow.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
Wow, it's really nice.
it. You went
So
really.
if you can see, there's the
Okay.
windowsill, it's just
Okay.
lights.
Uh-huh.
And there's the, it's hard to see with this lighting, but you can see the
texture-
container.
Yeah, the
Then
text.
there's the dirt with mixed with some moss.
Yeah.
And then there's the shape of the tree. I try to highlight more the brown. And then there's the white portion.
Really bold.
Really good.
Very good. Very nice. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
JG, you're gonna have to put on your video before I can spotlight you.
Yeah, no worries.
All right.
I
Hey, what you
started
got?
with a Zentangle and then
Oh, really? Wow. Wow, look at that.
Oh, nice.
See, you've got story going. Very.
yeah, I wanted to add the story.
Excellent. Yeah, yeah.
You
yeah.
inspired me with your burglar story, so
Oh, great. That's good. And oh my gosh, there's an artist that does that a lot. I can't remember his name. Bobby Chu. He's got a lot of stories in his drawings. Very similar. Yours like a surreal dream. All right, we got 5 more minutes before we get into. if
I didn't
anybody-
share mine.
Huh?
I didn't share mine.
Okay. Sue.
This is the coat of arms of my family tree, my mom's side. And so I just copied it over here.
Hold on, Vic. There you go. All right. Oh, your lighting is, but it looks really intricate. Let me see. Your lighting.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do
I think you have your light is in the back. You need like a front light.
Hold on a sec.
It's all good.
Let me put it here.
Yeah, I think right there would be there. Turn.
Right.
There you go. That's better.
Oh.
Wow. Very
I
nice.
couldn't put, it's a Camposano last name. I couldn't
Oh.
put the Camposano didn't fit.
See that? Yeah, it's all good. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. I like the intricate little animals that are in there, and your line is very interesting. Okay, anybody else? All right, thank you. Wow. All right, we made it. So hopefully you had fun, and I sure did. It was great. First day of July. Let's see
I
here.
know already.
I know. We're celebrating. My gosh, we've been here for 6 months now.
Yeah.
Wow, yay, I know. So getting better every time, progressing. I can see, like, okay, I'm gonna screenshot. Now that's my idea now. So I don't know if somebody wants me to screenshot their work. I can screenshot your work, and then I can give you direct feedback on it. So if you'd like me to do that for you right now, I can do that before we close out the night. If not, we'll just close out the night, or if anybody wants to stick around, we can do a drawing. If somebody wants to be to draw something for you hardcore heroes sticking out, going at that extra hour, extra time, however long you want to go, I will be here. Good work, everyone. I don't have anything to share this week. Thank you all. Okay, that's fine. No,
Would you want a screenshot?
Sure.
I
I'll
wouldn't mind
screenshot.
feedback on mine.
All right, cool. I'll put you. Let's screenshot you. Hold on. Get ready to screenshot you. All right, go ahead. Hold on, let me spotlight you
Let's see
first.
if you can. Let's see.
Oh, Okay, oh, you're gonna have to speak again. There you
Can
go.
you see it or no?
Yeah,
Is it still hard to see?
a little bit lower, a little higher, a little higher, a little higher, higher, right there. That's it. Okay, got it. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. This will be our first feedback, our first screenshot feedback. Let's, oops. All right, so this will take, since it's our first time, I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Then I'm going to use Photoshop since I have it. Let's see, Photoshop 2021. There it is. Okay, it takes a little while for it to open up. All right, so I really love the texture in your ground. That texture in there was really, really nice. I really like that. And you're starting to get the form of the container. And that's always fun, getting form, seeing form everywhere. Let's see, here we go. Let's start with create new clipboard. Let's see, create. We have 2 things in the chat. I'm still drawing. Thank you for the class. You're welcome. I was 15 minutes and off the page. Thanks. 15 minutes. Oh, I don't understand. Okay, so let me crop this. Where's my cropping tool? Oops. Oh, there it is.
You can't see the window lines too much, but I put like the regular traditional cross window frame. And then there's like a the bottom window sill right above the container.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The quality of the image might not be that great. There we go. Yeah, it's a little blurry. And you're
Oh,
saying,
wow.
yeah, you put some windows back here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a line just going straight down. Oh, you can kind of see the shading, the line, like right in the center. You see a line going down and then across.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting support. So that would be a support in the background. What I really like is your boldness of this shape that you captured. You really captured this form back here. Let me see, get a smaller. Go back. Yeah, this right in here. Maybe even pushing that out a little bit more. Some of those stems, but this is really nice and strong and bold. The way it moves and flows, really nice. Captured that. And this is where Yelena's, because she has the light area too in there, kind of like, and that's, I think, maybe where you could have also work on it. And I know it's not finished, and I know it's only 45 minutes. But like the intertwining of both forms, because I think there was a light part of the tree and then the dark part of the tree. The other thing I would, and this is understanding form as well, is the tree, the leaves on the tree. They're a little flat. So when you, if you look at the way I did mine, I kind of like, and this is not it's not a big deal, because you're really capturing like the shape, but being a little bit more free with the inside part. Let me see if I can change my tools. I have a drawing pad I need to get used to drawing with. This is Procreate. Let me see. Yeah, maybe. Oh, you know what? I have it. I don't know if it's connected. Let me see. No, it's not.
So it's hard to see in there, but there's I wasn't sure how to capture the shape of the leaves without going into too much detail. But I used like X's. So there's like X's to capture the jaggedness. I know it's so flat, but how would you put more like the emphasis on the leaves?
Great question. And that's where you get the texture of the tree. Let me see if I can get a better tool here. Let me see. Let me see if I can get a better tool. Brush tool here. I think it's just maybe making it smaller, changing the opacity a little bit. Okay, so getting that impressionistic, I would think a little bit bigger and a little more flowing, because you're almost, you see the big shape here, but you kind of like cut it off now. Once you see the big shape, you want to kind of like break that shape apart, like here. And yeah, so it's not so solid. You want to almost like yeah, kind of get a little bit more of that feel. So you're breaking it up. You're in that area, but you're breaking it up a little bit more because it's looking a little too solid. So if you give it a little bit more, how would I say? Oh, like a heartbeat on a monitor, you know, because like here, it looks like it's going all the way across, but when it really should be a little bit more like, you know, just a little bit more push and pull, just along that line, you know, just a little more. That would give it a little more that texture feel. And the other thing I would do is when you do shade all this stuff, let me change the opacity a little bit more. Yeah, you're shading the form here. So as you go in these areas and adding this detail. Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. This one has a little bit more texture, this brush. Where's my opacity now? Oh, there's no opacity. That's weird. Oh, what brush is this? Just lost the brush. Yeah, so just giving it more form when you're shading it, just being conscious of it. But that's a little bit more advanced. That's a little more when you understand study form. That's the third week, but we'll be doing form. Let me see. Where's my brush at? Oh, here, I'll do this brush. How weird. I think it changed. Oh, there we go. Control Z. And I think that's the only thing I would suggest, because you really have this twisting right in here, and then the light part of the tree. If you could somehow bring that back in, because this has a really nice solid form in the way it twists. And then up here, oh, there's my opacity. I want to bring it down a lot. There we go. Trying to see, you know what a good way to fix this is to squint your eyes. If you squint your eyes and then try to capture the what you see, like the lights and the darks, as far as the shapes, you'll see it a little bit more. You'll see these like dark areas, because I know there was this, like, let me look at mine. I know there was this dark area in here, and then understanding form. But I think that would do it. So it's not so stiff. Get those edges. That would be it.
How would you recommend? So it's easier doing the darker parts because you could just darken the shading and try and close in the lines. Because at first I kind of just did just like squiggles in front to make sure I can keep track of what was brown. But how could I accentuate the white portion without having to shade in too much to where it can be confusing on which part it is?
Okay, so like which white part? Like the white part of the tree or the white part of the leaves?
The tree specifically, like where you have the portion where you have the two lines.
Yeah.
Go up to your right. No, down. Right there. That whole portion right there. If you kind of bring it up to the left, that white portion right there where you have like two lines.
Yeah, is that where I just painted?
Yeah, right there. That whole section is the white part.
Yeah, it's actually there's a blending tool here. It's really just keeping it light. It's really just keeping it light, but and that comes with shading. If Yelena could show hers real quick. I don't know if Yelena could show hers. You can see Yelena, here's that. Is she still here? She gone. She left for the night. Yeah, she left. Now she had a really nice so it's, you want to produce the contrast. All right, contrast. So contrast happens when you have patterns of light and dark. So you have one area that's dark and then one area that's light. So if we change up the opacity again, let me see, here we go. And you really, you know, as far as shades of gray, you really need to really just think about 5 shades, 10 at the most, but you really, your eye can see many more. So like this light area there, you would have to make it stand out somehow. You can either shade the background. Let me erase this. There it goes. Yeah, you can see how, look at how much lighter it is too. And that's because the background is actually already shaded. Because the picture, your room wasn't like a perfect light, but notice how that really pops. I use the eraser in here and it really just brings in that light. Let me bring that down the opacity, but it's still the same eraser. Let me make it a little bit smaller. And this is why it's actually when you're starting to, once you start in, you know, the next level, when you're shading, there's sketchbooks that are gray and off-white, so you can actually get a white colored pencil and then put in the lights, just like this, put in the lights, and that really makes it pop. Let me bring that light down a little bit, the opacity a little bit more, like right in here where the light would be hitting on your tree. And then understanding form, where does the light hit the form, you know, where's the direction of the light, where's the light coming in, and then you would shade that light. You can see this background here, and there are sketchbooks that are like that are off-white, and that's when you start getting into tones and getting into just playing around. There's other, and here like your shading is all flat, so you want to, like, again, squint your eyes so you could when you shade all this, see where that light's in the
Okay,
dark.
cool.
Yeah, that's about it. And thank you. You're the first one we ever do a screenshot feedback. You're the first.
Oh,
Thank you.
really?
Yeah.
Cool. This is my first class with you.
Oh, great.
Oh, it's my first class period. I haven't done one. I usually just draw my own.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And that's the thing. You really want to draw on your own, and you know, and if you struggle with something, you know, that's where I could really help, because I've struggled a lot. And the thing is to like, okay, well, how can we figure this out? And that's where it gets like to be like a puzzle. And it's like, oh, wait a minute, I wanted to do this. Why isn't it happening? You know, and sometimes you're like, oh my gosh. And that's where I can come in to help out a little bit, because sometimes it can get too hard. It's like, oh, I can't get this, you know. And that's where I'm making, you know, small challenges, but I really like the texture you have. It didn't show up too well in here, but the texture you put in here on there, that's really, and then the form, trying to capture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom portion, since it's moss and it's soil, I put more circles. So that's how
Yeah,
I created more of the form down there.
yeah, that's
The
great.
leaves I was struggling with. So thank you so much. That was exactly what I was trying to figure out. Because I did my straight lines at first. Like
Yeah.
I kind of like did it like really, really light. And then I went over them and I was like, they look like perfect triangles. So I was trying to go around it, trying
Yeah,
to figure out how I can do more jagged areas, like putting more like little X's to kind of make it more jagged. So
yeah.
that's cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Anybody else? Anybody with questions? If you have questions, feel free to ask. If not, I think we might call it a night, and we'll get this video up. I'll edit it, blur people's faces out, and that'll be it. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you next week, next Thursday. Keep drawing, have fun, and bye-bye, everybody. All is well.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.